My God. Sanglant, holy shit. Damn it. I keep forgetting to unmute. I've been doing the damn slideshow before the stream with my mic muted, and I forget to put the mic on. Welcome to Mild's Culture Plate. Come on into the chat, just like Shut Up I Can Cook said. I just woke up. What madness is this? I'm not sure. Sanglan86 said muted. So yeah, come on into the chat and wake me up, because apparently I am dumb. Okay. So we got ICE confirms Aurora, Colorado gang members are in the U.S. illegally, released by the Biden administration. The 4 arrested are Venezuelan nationals, members of Tren de Aragua. They were arrested after a shooting, which occurred near Nome Stream Apartments, one of the apartment buildings that we've been covering here on the show. Jaharnity de Jesus Pacheco Chirinos and Jaharndi Jose Pacheco Chirinos. You can't make this stuff up. Along with Nixon Jose Asuaje Perez and Dixon Jose Asuaje Perez. Folks, be more creative naming your kids than these people were. They were arrested in connection with attempted homicide on July 28th. We can now confirm that Jaharnity de Jesus Pacheco Chirinos is a documented member of Tren de Aragua. He is the brother of Jaharnity, also known as Cookie or Galleta. Additionally, 2 others who were arrested that same day are suspected gang members, and that's Dixon and Nixon there. Both were arrested with tampering with evidence in the July 28th shooting. These 2 have gang ties and are suspected members of TDA, said Aurora Police Department. Surveillance footage from the apartment of the Romero family went viral last week, depicting heavily armed members of the TDA gang breaking down an apartment door in Aurora. Tren de Aragua transnational gang has around 5,000 members between Venezuela and the United States and has been known to engage in drug and human trafficking. Tren de Aragua gang members arrested in Aurora, Colorado. Okay, yeah, well, we already know that. According to ICE, Jonardi, or Cookie, was encountered by Border Patrol in the Del Rio sector in Texas in October 2022. Pacheco was then released and given a notice to appear. Currently, Pacheco has been given felony charges for assault with a deadly weapon, among others, while Jaharnity, brother of Cookie, was arrested for attempted murder and other charges, also apprehended in Del Rio sector in Texas in October of 2022. Nixon and Dixon were apprehended by Border Patrol agents at Eagle Pass, August 22nd, 2023. They were given notices to appear and placed under parole pending proceedings. Thanks to the failure of the Biden administration to secure the border, the people of Aurora and other Americans have suffered at the hands of TDA, said Aurora City Council member Daniel Jurinsky in a statement to Fox News. According to the House Committee on Homeland Security, there have been at least 7.8 million encounters with illegal aliens at the southwest border during the Biden administration. ICE makes determinations on a case-by-case basis. Now, you may wonder, what's Colorado actually doing about this? Now, we saw some of the solutions the other day. But there's a certain congresswoman in Colorado who's rightfully not happy about this. And so this is from Fox 31, Colorado. Boebert leads roundtable discussion on Aurora Venezuelan gang activity. U.S. Representative Boebert and state and city leaders held a roundtable discussion Friday regarding the city of Aurora and the ongoing conversations about validity of reported Venezuelan gang violence. Boebert, a Republican, currently represents Colorado's 3rd congressional district on the western slope and is campaigning to represent the 4th district that includes most of the rural eastern plains and communities like Parker and Loveland. She was joined by Chip Rohrer of Texas, Aurora City Council member Danielle Jurinsky. That's the chick from the video from the other day. Former ICE acting director Tom Homan, and other politicians and community leaders for the discussion. Their focus was on the back and forth about what's been happening in Aurora and the validity of reported violence from the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua at several apartment complexes. The video sparked a nationwide spotlight, shows people carrying guns, blah, blah, blah. We covered that. Cindy Romero, former resident at the Edge apartment complex, shared the video with Fox 31's Vicente Arenas, who was there as she moved out of the complex. Yeah, we covered that too. You know what it's like to be a minority in your own home. I'm telling you, it's terrifying, she said. Okay. Caught a screenshot of them holding a family on my floor by gunpoint, looking for whatever they were looking for. If they're allowed to fester, it's just going to get worse. There are bullet holes in my car. We've had our tires stabbed. We've had tailgates broken, and I've reported so many crimes in that area that I had to leave because I'm not bulletproof. Some at the table had questions on crime in the city. Jurinsky clarified this, saying overall numbers are down, but numbers at these specific apartment complexes are on the rise, as previously reported by Fox 31. Oh, sorry, had to mute again. I had to sneeze. Hey, we got Salty saying over there on Rumble. Armed by our government, confiscated from Americans. Yeah. Yeah, while they're taking your guns, they're letting these people carry guns. Councilmember Stephanie Hancock shared concerns. These gangs prey on vulnerability and the fact that we don't have teeth, what law enforcement can do and what ICE can do. They know this. They know better than we do. We keep getting re-victimized and nothing's going to get done until we put some feet on our faith and do the work that it takes, Hancock said. Jurinsky claimed that local nonprofits have been assisting those who live at the complexes. They're not assisting everyone equally. She also complained people who spoke at a news conference Tuesday saying they lived at the building were not residents because they don't have proper leases or documentation. Let me make this clear. They're not residents of the building. They're occupants, Jurinsky said. Woo. Okay, almost done with this. Another topic discussed was immigration and how current law does not allow local police to arrest or detain individuals on the basis of immigration status, and they can't work directly with ICE, which they say in turn makes it difficult for police. There is also an active lawsuit from multiple Colorado counties against the state asking for damages caused by the state's sanctuary status. State Rep Ron Weinberg, a Republican who represents the area near Loveland, spoke at the roundtable and said he's working to overturn that law. That's why we're running into this problem in Aurora, and if we don't stop it and do something about it now, it's not going to stop. It's going to take over the whole county, he said. Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman put out a statement on Facebook Friday saying he agrees with interim police chief Heather Morris that the gang is not in control at the apartment complexes. Those at the Friday's roundtable led by Boebert disagrees. Gangs are present in these buildings. Classify a takeover however you will. When they have the keys, they're busting down doors, they're accessing other rooms, assaulting people, stabbing people, making threats, extorting them. I consider that a takeover, Boebert said. Wow. Yeah, hot lead. Yeah, follow the nonprofit. Hey, we got great liquor over on Rumble. Cheers and welcome. All right. So yeah, that's what's going on in Colorado. One of our frequent news stories here on Mild's Culture Plate, we've been covering the Hunter Biden legal battles, and I'm sure you folks have all seen the news. Hunter Biden has now pled guilty to the tax charges, and you have this fluff piece from the USA Today: clean and sober, and the taxes are paid. Hunter Biden's new life could keep him out of prison. So, yeah. Uh, he's the first president's child to be in prison when he's sentenced in November on gun charges and in December on the tax charges, but legal experts expect relatively light punishment. Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of skim this and see if there's anything of substance. What happened with the plea deal? We already know what happened. We covered that here. Hunter Biden paid back taxes but couldn't tell the jury. Well, okay, but you're still guilty of not paying them when you were supposed to. You still filed it improperly and claimed a bunch of crap. Okay. Sorry. Jumped into the USA Today. Yeah, so that's an update on that. Hunter Biden pled guilty to the tax charge and will probably get an easy sentence. Meanwhile, we're going to cover Donald Trump's legal battles here in a little bit. And, it hasn't been quite as easy for him. All right, let's jump over to the UK real quick. Birmingham man who got an underage girl pregnant avoids jail. Jason Singh, age 23, previously from Tyseley, but now of Derby, admitted to breaching a sexual harm prevention order. Man who got an underage girl pregnant amid a huge age gap had avoided jail. Jason Singh was told he should be disgusted with himself by a judge. 23-year-old of Derby admitted to 2 counts of breaching a sexual harm prevention order, but because he had complied with terms of a deferred sentence, including not to have contact with the girl, he was spared immediate imprisonment in Birmingham Crown Court on Monday. Instead, he was sentenced to 20-month suspended sentence for 18 months, including 60 hours of unpaid work and 30 hours of rehab. Singh met the girl on Facebook, and she initially told him she was 16 before later admitting to being 14 and he was 21. Singh was issued with a child abduction notice not to contact her before the sexual harm prevention order was imposed at Birmingham Magistrates Court, which he went on to breach by having sex with her. Judge Dean Kershaw said this is not a case of it being non-consensual, but this was a child pedophile. People of that age don't know what consent is. Then it's a case of it being non-consensual. Oh my God. I want to read that quote again. The judge, Dean Kershaw, said that this is not a case of it being non-consensual, but this was a child. People of that age don't know what full consent is. If they don't know what consent is, they can't consent. Therefore, it's non-consensual. Addressing Singh directly, he continued, the age gap between you and the girl may not, in terms of the number of years, seem that many, but it's huge. I'm not satisfied from what I've read that you truly believe how serious this situation is. Someone your age who's got a 14, 15-year-old girl pregnant is utterly disgraceful. Your family should be disgusted with you, and in my view, you should be disgusted with yourself. Judge Kershaw, you should be disgusted with yourself. Slipped and fell into a wood chipper. Yep. Judge Kershaw concluded that Singh groomed the girl who would not have had the same capacity as someone who's older, but he acknowledged that the defendant had stayed away from her as per the deferred sentence agreement and was working and otherwise leading a decent life. The 5-year protection order remains in place until 2028, banning him from any unsupervised contact with anyone under the age of 16. Well, doesn't this look like somebody you'd want to leave your kids with? All right. In United States election news, we have Dick Cheney, former Vice President Dick Cheney, endorsing Kamala Harris. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole nitty gritty of this article. You get it. Cheney's daughter, Liz, had already come out and endorsed Kamala Harris. And, Democrats are calling this a win. I'm not so sure it's a win. Why Democrats would want neocon support, I'll never know. But yeah, they think it's a win. They think it's a sign that Republicans are willing to cross the aisle. No, it's again establishment versus anti-establishment, as we always talk about here on Mild's Culture Plate. The establishment are just gathering on the left now. All right, folks, let's bring that down for just a minute. We've got two stories coming up about abortion. Yeah. Salty said, careful, he might shoot you in the back. Yeah. Yeah, maybe he should take Kamala Harris. Maybe he should take Tim Walz hunting. Yeah, Sangler wants to know how much Trump paid him. Yeah. So we got two abortion stories coming up that happened this week. We've got Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has sued to block privacy for women who's getting abortions. Uh, let's see. A lawsuit filed on Wednesday in Lubbock, Texas. The state is asking a federal judge to strike down the rule which prohibits healthcare providers and insurers from giving state law enforcement authorities information about reproductive health care that is legal where it is provided. Joe Biden said in announcing the rule in April that no one should have their medical records, quote, used against them, their doctor, or their loved one just because they sought or received lawful productive health care. The measure came in response to efforts by authorities in Republican led states that banned abortion, including Texas, to restrict out of state travel. So far, no criminal prosecutions or civil judgment have resulted from those efforts. Providers and insurers must fully comply with the new rule by December. Texas is also asking the court to block a separate rule issued in 2000, which said healthcare providers and insurers can only hand over information if it is relevant to a legitimate law enforcement inquiry and limited in scope. Texas said in its lawsuit that providers frequently cite the 2000 rule as a reason for not responding to subpoenas from state investigators and have begun invoking the new rule as well. Both rules were issued by the Health and Human Services Department under Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, federal law on patient privacy. Texas claims the HHS went beyond its authority under HIPAA in passing both rules because the law preserves states' authority to conduct investigations. This new rule actively undermined Congress's clear statutory meaning when HIPAA was passed, and it reflects the Biden administration's disrespect for the law, Ken Paxton said in a statement. HHS declined to comment directly on the lawsuit, but said in a statement that the rule, quote, stands on its own. Women should be able to access legal reproductive health care without their medical records being used to track them or their doctors for liability. The case has been assigned to U.S. District Judge Wesley Hendricks, an appointee of Donald Trump, who often ruled against Biden's policies. The administration had in the past accused Texas of judge shopping by bringing cases in small cities like Lubbock, where local rules assign most cases to Trump appointees. Texas is one of more than 20 Republican-led states that have banned or restricted abortion since the Supreme Court's 2022 decision eliminating the nationwide right. Oh, Sangland says that he wasn't shot in the back, he was shot in the face. Was it? Was Whittingham shot in the face? Damn it. See, now I gotta find it. Pellet in his heart. Yeah, the pellet was in his heart. But I'm trying to see if it was from the front or the back. Yeah, Cheney shot the guy, and the pellets went into his heart, not his face. Because the dude still had his face afterward. But was he shot in the chest or the back? I can't find it right now. Oh well, not important. Cookie's about to run to the store and wants to know who shot who. We were talking about Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney shooting his buddy with birdshot. So now over to my neighbor state of Missouri, where a judge has ruled abortion amendment is in blatant violation of state requirements. So in Missouri, they've gathered enough signatures to put Amendment 3 on the ballot. to enshrine abortion rights in the state of Missouri, even though like it's already in the Missouri Constitution. Otherwise, the ban is the current Constitution. So that this would undo that and place a reproductive rights amendment. But a Missouri judge on Friday evening ruled that it did not comply with ballot petition requirements, leaving the door open to withhold it from the November ballot. Cole County Circuit Judge Christopher Limbaugh ruled that the coalition behind the citizen led ballot measure failed to meet the sufficiency requirement through a failure to include any statute or provision that will be repealed, especially when many of these statutes are apparent. What? Oh, okay. So, like I said, if Amendment 3 would repeal the ban, you have to list the ban in the language of the petition. You have to list the language of the ban. Oh, oh, Sanglant posted a picture of Whittingham, Cheney's buddy. I'm assuming after being shot. So maybe it was the face. Maybe it was the face. Okay. Cheers and welcome. Let's see. Limbo also wrote that while he found a blatant violation of state law, he recognizes the gravity of unique issues involved in this case and the lack of direct precedent on point. As a result, he won't issue an injunction preventing the amendment from being printed on the ballot until Tuesday to allow for further guidance or rulings from an appeals court. Constitutional deadline for ballots to be printed is Tuesday. Amendment 3 would establish the constitutional right to an abortion up until fetal viability and grant constitutional protections to reproductive health care, including in vitro fertilization and birth control. It would also protect those who assist in abortion from prosecution. Here's a quote. The court's decision to block Amendment 3 from appearing on the ballot is a profound injustice to the initiative petition process, said Rachel Sweet, a campaign manager with Missourians for Constitutional Freedom. Oh my God. What do you want to bet the only constitutional freedom she's for is the right to murder children? Cookie says I'm censoring her comments and she asked me to put my hair in a ponytail. I don't have a ponytail holder in my office right now. Actually, that's a lie. I do. Uh, we'll see. We'll see. It might be coming up. Stay tuned. Undermines the rights of 380,000 Missourians who signed the petition demanding a voice on this issue. Lawsuit was filed 2 weeks ago by anti-abortion lawmakers and activists against Missouri Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft, who certified the ballot 9 days earlier. The group is arguing the initiative should have never been allowed on the ballot. So there we go. Missouri, it's going to go to an appeals court, but Missouri's saying that a new amendment to have a right to abortion may be improper. May be improper because they didn't state that the ban would be repealed in order to enshrine the right. All right. I'll throw Cookie a bone. Put the hair up. So let's see here. While I'm doing that, let's stop sharing that. Let me bring this up. So you may be wondering what the title of the show is all about. If you've been following any kind of conservative media whatsoever over the past 3 days, you may have heard of this Tenet Media story. And I'm just going to give some quick thoughts about it. We're going to skim an article about it. For those who may not be up to date on what's going on with this Tenet Media, to be honest, I wasn't even going to cover this, but it's the hot story. It's the hot story right now on YouTube, on Rumble, and amongst all conservative media. So we're gonna peek into this from the Tennessean. What to know about Tenet Media, a Tennessee company linked to Russian propagandists. This is from Evan Meelan's Nashville Tennessean. An indictment unsealed Wednesday alleges that a Russian state controlled media outlet financed a Tennessee company. The indictment does not name the company, but a description of the firm matches online content creation company Tenet Media. The indictment also accuses two Russian nationals employed by Kremlin operated media outlet Russia Today of funneling nearly $10 million to covertly fund and direct the Tennessee company. Here's what to know about Tenet Media. Tenet Media creates and posts conservative content online. Commentators and its talent include well-known names like Benny Johnson, Tim Pool, Lauren Southern, Dave Rubin, Taylor Hanson, and Matt Christensen. It appears Tenet Media was created by Lauren Chin, a Canadian-born YouTuber, and a man named Leon Donovan, who appears to be her husband, based on several sources. Donovan identifies himself as the president in his bio on X and Chin's husband in his bio on Instagram. Chin, a well-known name in conservative media, formerly posted to YouTube under the name Roaming Millennial. Canadian business records show Roaming Millennial Incorporated was registered to Donovan and Lauren Senu Tam, her obviously her born name. And here's the thing, right here, boom, boom. Thank you, the Tennessean. Is Tenet Media named in the indictment alleging Russian influence? No, but there are descriptions of the company. Oh, okay. So we already covered that. Sorry. Dear Lord, they just keep repeating themselves. Okay, so the indictment accuses two Russian nationals who work for Russia Today of funneling $10 million to a Tennessee-based online content creation company to publish English language videos on social media sites like TikTok, Instagram, X, and YouTube. It's part of an empire of covert projects created to shape public opinion in Western audiences, according to the indictment. The two Russian suspects accused of funneling money to the company are, oh God, Konstantin Kalishnikov, also known as Kostya, and Elena Afanyasyeva, 27, also known as Lena. They were both at large. They're charged with conspiracy to violate the Foreign Agents Registration Act and conspiracy to commit money laundering, which carry a 5 to 20-year sentence. Okay, so as of this morning, Lauren Chin's personal YouTube channel and Tenet Media's personal YouTube channel have been banned. And there's been a lot of hit pieces written by left-wing media outlets about Tim Pool, about the other creators such as Matt Christensen. I actually was on with Cool Frog. There's a Cool Frog's channel. He did his Friday night open mic show where I joined him for a few hours early this morning, and we went over one of these hit pieces in on NBC's website. So yeah, feel free to check out Cool Frog. It's KoolFrogg, I think, right? I don't know. He'll probably be popping in here at some point. Maybe, I don't know. He's got a new job, so he might not be popping in. But he's a frequent person in the chat here on Mild's Culture Plate. So keep your eye out and go check out his channel for deeper coverage of this story. But I just want to say that this is all propaganda. Every bit of this story is propaganda. There is nothing. I mean, look. Yes, the two people who work for Russia Today, if they're giving money under the table to fund whatever, that's a news story. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to play stupid. That's a news story. But to act like Matt Christensen, Tim Pool, Lauren Southern, or even Lauren Chen herself are being directed to promote Russian propaganda. The evidence of that is pretty slim. From what I understand, the indictment does claim a couple of things. It claims that they knew at one point they hadn't gotten paid yet, and upon asking about when they were getting paid, one of the people had mentioned, "Well, it's only 4 a.m. in Moscow." Well, that doesn't prove they knew they were getting paid by the Moscow government, right? For all I know, my investor's on vacation in Moscow right now. That's all you gotta say. And I guess there were certain topics that they said, "Oh, hey, yeah, guys should talk about this." And they said, "Yeah." But that doesn't mean they wasn't gonna talk about it anyway. But that came from the top. That wasn't Tim Pool saying yeah. That wasn't Matt Christensen saying yeah. So at best, this is Russiagate 3.0. Yeah, see, here we go. Matt Christensen ended his post on X by writing, "Every word is from me and me alone." Johnson and Poole, in a since deleted post, incorrectly stated that the indictment was leaked. It wasn't. A federal judge unsealed it. And then, of course, statements from all of these people saying, yeah, they didn't know. They did not know. And from what I hear, they're cooperating. Most of them are cooperating with FBI. Uh, I have not heard about Lauren Southern, but Benny Johnson, Matt Christensen, Tim Pool, from what I understand, have cooperated. So yeah, the two Russian people had created a fake persona, Edward Gregorian, who was supposed to be the big investor for Tenet Media. I mean, always shake the hands of people who are paying you. Now, granted, I'm on Rumble. Anyone can come in and super chat. I'm on YouTube. Anyone can come in and super chat. That's not me begging for money. I can't stop you if you're in Russia and you send a super chat over Rumble. Vladimir, if you want to send a super chat, feel free. That doesn't mean I am required to cover whatever the hell you want me to talk about. Sango says, and the DOJ or DHS stooges couldn't find their own asses. Yeah. But all of this for me to say, look, this has been one of the biggest hit piece news stories. I've heard everyone talking about this. But we have international money in our politics all the time. I mean, just look at Joe Biden in Ukraine. And yet we want to get all pearl clutchy over some YouTubers getting some funding. Okay. Okay, so Trump was in Wisconsin and had this to say about the January 6th defendants. Hey, we got Woody M. Disorder in the Court of Famous Three Stooges short must be seen immediately. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's do this here. We'll do it live. Da, 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 da. $16. I don't know if I can do 16 minutes. Yeah, I can't do 16 minutes. Damn. Oh, okay. Yeah. I did promote this in Nick's chat, Woody M. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, can't cover that right now. But yeah, this is what Donald Trump had to say about the January 6th defendants.
The moment we win, we will rapidly review the cases of every political prisoner unjustly victimized by the Harris regime, and I will sign their pardons on day one. I will sign it on day one.
There you go. Anyone unjustly prosecuted by the Biden-Harris administration, he's promising to pardon on day one. Oh, okay. Sangland says jump to the last 5 minutes. Okay. What did I do with that window? Okay, we'll try it. We'll go to the last 5 minutes. Here we go.
To the letterpress, see, like that. Then he says, I'll squeeze the cider out of your Adam's apple. Then he gives him the works like this. Then he keeps turning and twisting.
I wonder if I'm still live on YouTube.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is... What's the matter? You want to kill me?
Why, it's preposterous. When the police broke into the office, they found this woman, the defendant, Gail Tempest, bending over the body of the murdered man with a revolver clutching in her hand.
Which only goes to prove that my client is innocent.
Innocent?
Exactly, and I'll prove it. Ladies and gentlemen, the action of this
All right.
pistol is so hard, it would take the strength of a mule to pull the trigger. Try it. I'm no mule. No, your ears are too short. So I'm a mule. Pull the trigger. Never
Hey,
fear,
is
it's
this
not
the
loaded.
is this the Alec Baldwin defense? I couldn't pull the trigger.
How could Gail Tempest's frail little finger pull the rusty trigger of that instrument of destruction? See, there was nothing in it.
He just shot him in the behind.
9972 after 5 o'clock. Help me!
What'd you do with my boat in the air? Give me that gun. What happened? Don't point that gun at me.
Hey, it's
Every man for himself, fellas. Ah, there you are, boss. You was called to be a witness, wasn't you? Certainly. So was you. What are you butting in for? You're supposed
his
to be a
name,
good
the
one,
Kyle
ain't you?
Rittenhouse prosecutor pointing guns in the courtroom.
Get going. Stop chewing that gum. Frightening. Will
Okay,
you throw that gum away?
get forward a little bit past the gum here.
Look, I got rid of it. Wait a minute. Hold still. I'll get it.
Oh, he got gum on his nose.
Out my nose!
Yeah, this is crazy.
Hey, you're in a court, not in the woods, Tarzan. Cut it out. Come on.
See, they blew it doing the gunplay
Order in the
first.
court.
So I'm gonna go ahead and stop that there for a minute. We got 3 more minutes. I may bring that back up here later, but I'm gonna lose a bunch of time if I don't get on things. Woody M in the chat also said, "Hey, I will take some clips sometime. Just found you. I'll come here some other time." So yeah, this is good. This is a good time to say, anyone that's new to my channel, please watch a second video. You don't necessarily have to watch the last one. Feel free to jump back, check out my boy band rant stream. Check out some of my other older stuff. Check out some of my old Batman review videos. Depends on what you're into. But I've got a lot of different topics on a lot of other things in addition to the weekly show where I do the news here. So feel free to jump back in history. The last 15 minutes of just about every Saturday stream is a segment we call Love Does Admonish. And we're going to be doing that here in just a moment. But I want to play a couple more videos. First off, I want to shout out to Steven Crowder. I was going to cover this. Shout out to Steven Crowder. He had a video of the DOJ Chief of Public Affairs saying that, Alan Bragg, the Democrats, Merrick Garland, that they're all out to get Trump and that it's a travesty. And that, Trump himself kind of credits that for some of the ways in which his cases are now going. He's appealing the E. Jean Carroll case, the sentencing. He was found guilty in the sentencing in the hush money campaign funding trial has now been postponed, thankfully, to after the election, to late November. And yeah, so it looks like Trump's having win after win after win. Now, granted, Jack Smith has reinstituted his case, and let's hope things are going to go smoothly. Real quick, I want to play this video. This is a new trend that people are. This went sort of half-ass viral, but I wanted to give a shout out to this video. I've been talking to people in the chat about it, or in the comments about it on Twitter. So this is fridgescaping.
Is the new and quirky trend that allows you to elevate your refrigerator through decoration. Have you heard of fridgescaping?
No, I have not heard of fridgescaping because everyone I know who has a refrigerator needs to put actual food in the refrigerator. The only people who do this are white women and gay men who are single and own a cat. Because if you have two people living in a house, you need this room for milk and eggs. You need this room for some orange juice. You're not going to put plants in your damn refrigerator. Does anyone out there, anyone in the chat, would you put flowers and pictures and stuff in your fridge? Little knickknacks? Would you waste the space in your fridge with knickknacks? I'm beginning to think that J.D. Vance had a point about these cat ladies. Real quick, gonna skim 3 real quick news stories. Not gonna read much about them, but check these out. Over at the New York Post, an American Airlines ex-mechanic gets 9 years in prison for smuggling cocaine hidden under the cockpit of JFK-bound flight. Let's see, New York. New York's JFK Airport. Oh, I kind of thought maybe it was heading to Minnesota. I hear Minnesota's big into the cocaine nowadays. Okay, so here we got a rare copy of the U.S. Constitution has been missing for centuries. Now it's being auctioned for millions. It's been inside of a filing cabinet in North Carolina, 237 years old. So there we go. You want a copy of the Constitution? Come up with a couple $1 million. Minimum bid is $1 million. It's already been made. There's no minimum price that must be reached. Or I think they mean maximum price. All right. So the minimum bid of 1 million. And now, one other thing we've been covering a little bit is the Starliner crew being stranded aboard the space station. Sangland says, I think that's a commercial cooler. No, that was an actual refrigerator. And Great Ligger says, yeah, to winterize the tulip bulbs. Yeah, that's one thing. But you're not doing it because you like your fridge to look pretty. Nick had a patty whack, may have to give the dog a bone. And then Sangland said, yeah, dairy case. Yeah. Anyway, so the Starliner has now been launched off of the space station and landed back on Earth without its crew. So the crew's still stranded up there. Like I said, it's like we covered here on Mild's Culture Plate. It's going to be sometime after the first of the year before they can really even think about launching to get them home. Okay, so now it's time for the Love Does Admonish segment. If you're new here, like Woody M, this Love Does Admonish segment is what we wrap the show up with every Saturday. There's a YouTube channel called Love Don't Judge. And Love Don't Judge has unique relationships that people have received hate online for. And they're essentially asking, hey, don't judge us. But we here at Mild's Culture Plate say, hey, sometimes these people asking not to be judged are doing things that they really should be judged for. And it's not necessarily the love we're judging them for, it's their lifestyle, it's the choices they make. In a segment we call Love Does Admonish. Now, let's get into the video here. Let's see. I won my husband in a competition.
This is Gunnar. He fell in love with Danielle. Their love story began in an untraditional way.
I won my husband in a competition.
I posted a video.
I want to marry someone from TikTok.
And I married a stranger from the internet.
We went into it expecting divorce immediately.
And they were met with skepticism online.
Someone said, this is how you die.
We could just road trip down in my ambulance.
She's gonna steal your kidneys.
Danielle's family was suspicious of Gunnar's scheme.
My dad came upstairs with a shotgun.
Then I was afraid that he was going to take your money. Now he's married, he can take it.
Hi, I'm Danielle.
And I'm Gunnar.
And this is our ambulance. Welcome to the ambulance tour.
Come on in.
Ambulance?
Watch your step.
It's pretty much just one room. We have the kitchen all right here. And then this is...
Okay, so they're RV bloggers, right? That's the shtick. They're freaking RV bloggers. Oh my lord. Pussies in space for a few months during the election. Got to watch Bill Mason eat his shit sandwich over and over again 1,000 times. Man, tell us how delicious it was because the turds were really nice. The bread was perfect. Once in a while, I turn on one of the space things and watch a few people eat turd sandwiches. And Seglin says, isn't that from Bombshells from the Sky? Okay, dude, you guys are going deeper than me, man. Yeah, William says, love, don't judge. Yeah, that's what this is. We do this because sometimes we cover some really heavy stories. Earlier, we were covering a story about a young girl in the UK who was sexually groomed by an older man. And he got probation and a restraining order, but yeah, no jail time. No jail time. So because we deal with heavy stuff, I like to end the show with something to put us in a better mood, something a little more lighthearted, and usually stories about love. So yeah, here's these RV bloggers who won each other in a competition.
Our food storage situation up top. I painted this mural, and to this day, I will never paint another.
Not that kind of young girl.
Our couch that turns into a full-size bed.
Slides right out, and it's just bigger than a twin. So
we are super cuddly.
Me and Danielle met online, but not through your conventional Tinder or Bumble. We actually met through TikTok. I posted a video saying I wanted to marry a complete stranger.
I want to marry someone from TikTok. No, really.
A bunch of people responded, and Danielle just happened to be one of them. So we met.
The one.
Good call.
I know that I have to be the one to take this crazy adventure with you. I've always wanted to get married in some crazy, stupid way in Vegas, like in a bikini and a cowboy hat, getting married by Elvis, or going on a roller coaster and getting matching tattoos.
Started chatting
I'm
online.
gonna hang on to that for later.
So, are we doing this?
And that eventually led to us meeting for the first time. We made it to Pittsburgh. I'm gonna propose to my wife here. With me getting on one knee and asking her to be my wife. I want you guys to meet my future wife.
We're doing it.
I have always been really into making videos online. I'm finally gonna do it. And of course, getting attention online is the name of the game. So I kind of wanted to take it to the next level. She was living the lifestyle that I had already wanted to be living.
Everybody's always like, ooh, size.
Okay, so I've got to give my speech. I got to give my spiel. Okay, so the perfect relationship, right, is a combination of three things: chemistry, friendship, and common family goals. I've said it before on this channel, and I'm saying it again. This idea that this is a blind date, well, she had a TikTok channel, he had a TikTok channel. They had similar interests. Obviously, if they both want to live in RVs for a while, like they have similar goals. And then, yeah, when you see someone you think is hot on TikTok, yeah, to me, this isn't like a blind date thing. This isn't like all these TLC shows where they get engaged to someone that's been overseas forever. These are people who literally share a similar lifestyle. They're part of a similar community and have similar interests. The only thing is the chemistry. And if you're picking someone that's fucking hot on the internet, which they're both TikTokers. They both care about their appearance.
This matters. Okay, where can I park then?
It didn't help that she's easy on the eyes. Or no, it did help that she was
Bingo. Bingo.
I was like, this is made for me because I never wanted to get married in a traditional way. And so it was going to have to be something crazy like this to get me to get married.
Plus, instead of just flying,
Well,
boring,
okay,
we could just
but I
road
gotta
trip
say
down-
something. Why? Look how beautiful she is on the wedding day, and then
down in my ambulance that I live in.
like,
It's an
don't get me
option.
wrong, I don't
bought
like
the ambulance
tattoos.
from Facebook Marketplace for
Then for the
$6,400.
interview here, she's all shaggy.
We named it Horton. The story was going so viral and a lot of people wanted to be a part of it. So we had a chapel reach out to us that wanted to marry us for free. Had someone make a cake for us. Someone put us up in a hotel. Like, it was really crazy that all this stuff was getting handed to us.
We planned on getting a divorce right after we got married. But after more research, we found out that one, we had to be in our home state together in Pennsylvania, and it cost money.
More money than we expected.
Yes, I didn't do a lot of research on the back end. This is where
More money.
we spend hours and hours.
Shit, move your fucking RV to Missouri. It's like $150 to get a marriage license.
Hours of time just kind of getting to know each other.
It
I wish
really
I didn't know
happened
that.
so organically over like a long span of time because we really were married platonically for like quite a while. I actually made him sleep on the floor the whole road trip.
We decided not to even go through with the
Wait a
divorce
minute,
because
what?
we were having so much fun together.
We decided to make it a problem for whenever we got into a future relationship, which never happened. We never thought that we would fall in love.
Yeah, to the point where we were like denying it when people were commenting that, like, "Oh, you're gonna fall in love." Or,
I'm confused about this timeline.
That's definitely not gonna happen. So.
I'm really confused about this timeline.
After we got married, our content naturally
Wait,
flowed
this
into
isn't
posting
your RV?
about each other
This is
because
a
it's what
house.
everyone wanted to know about. People had really personal questions. A lot of stuff that, like, sometimes you don't even share with people that are close to you. Now, like, the whole internet wants to know. So that was a lot. How the hell did I get here?
Most of the negative comments stem from the very first video.
I want to meet my wife. Let's get this going. Danielle, we have known each other for 1 whole week.
Someone said, "This is how you die."
She's not wrong.
She's also not wrong.
Yeah. See,
But there's so much eyes on us at that point. Like,
Yeah.
I could
see, love don't judge. These aren't haters. These are people giving good advice. This is how you die.
couldn't do anything and get away with it.
I'm sorry, but I would never get married to a random guy for fame. Fame.
Hey, I'm currently
look at us now.
recording
Look
a
how
video.
famous we are now.
We're pretty much A-list at
Oh,
this
no.
point, so. And I could even
Disavowed.
just pick you up on the
Disavowed.
way.
It's an option.
Ambulance, don't do it. She's gonna steal your kidneys.
I'm Danielle. I'm 24. I'm an Aries, and I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
The fact that she had to introduce herself with her zodiac sign, red flag.
Yep. Yep.
As time goes by, it gets easier
Big
to
red
say,
flag.
like maybe we were on to something, you know?
Who's to say? Arranged marriage.
Yeah. But there was also like an incredible amount of support to when we do get like just like hate these days, because it really doesn't like rub us the wrong way, because we're just like so secure in like what we're doing.
Are you though?
We are filming a video where we tape the phone up to the ceiling and then we dance underneath of it. I strategically did not tell my parents until I already had picked Danielle to be my wife.
Where you go this way and I go this way?
Do we look up at it?
No.
Right,
oh wait, yeah, we do.
3, 2, 1, go. The biggest one I had from my parents was like, she's gonna steal all your stuff.
This is annoying
like,
as hell.
Money? Money
I'm almost with you on that, Woody.
I think you would get definitely more concerned in that area.
Yeah, I definitely had more to lose, but we signed an agreement, so I mean, everything was fine. I would say the most difficult reaction that I received was probably also from my
they do
parents.
heavy editing.
And then maybe I get on all fours and you like ride me like I'm going.
Funny enough, whenever Gunnar was coming to meet them for the first time, my dad came upstairs with a shotgun.
What?
But he put it away before they got there, so it was just funny.
Thank God, yeah.
Wait a minute, I gotta go back. I gotta listen to that again.
They got there. So first time my dad came upstairs with a shotgun.
Dad,
but he put it away before they got there. So it was just funny.
I'm confused what that even means. It's like they're not even speaking full sentences here. It's like they've chopped up the
Today
interview.
we're going over to my true crime loving mother's house, who was convinced that
Okay, here we go. This is the important part.
And we'll talk about that.
Let's see,
I'm
Mom.
expecting her to say something off the rails.
She's a wild card.
Okay, guys in the chat, is Mom gonna be hot? Is Mom gonna be sane? Is Mom gonna be into like astrology and shit? This is make or break. This is where I judge or don't judge.
Thank you.
Did you ever think that I would marry someone?
Nope,
as a
Mom's
joke?
not hot.
I never thought I'd see you marry someone, period. I never thought, never in a million years. This is Danielle. She's going to defy anything I say, so I'll just leave it at that.
There's some
The
sanity.
coolest part about this was, since she was never getting married, that we went and got a dress together. That was fun.
Did you ever think Gunnar might just be a murderer?
When he walked in the house the first time, no.
You saw me and
I was just like, no, he
As
looks
always,
like a little teddy bear.
Love don't judge is milquetoast
Yeah.
shit.
Did you have any initial concerns about this?
I knew getting a divorce wasn't going to be like that.
When
I
the
just
interviews get
kept
chopped
quiet
up.
because you don't want to hear my input. So you're like, yeah, we're just going to get divorced, and I'm like, no, you're not. Oh, and then I was afraid that he was going to take your money and your ambulance.
Her money.
Now he's married, he can take it.
Her money.
He can take everything.
That's super fair.
Are you doing that now?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, maybe I
See, again, it's like, were they on equal? I see. I wish I knew their follower count, right? I wish I knew how much money she was bringing in versus how much money he was bringing in.
Like I could still get
Are
away
they
with it.
equally successful?
It kind of like blows my mind that it worked out in such your fashion that it's scary that it did. So what do you guys think? Is this going to go long term?
Like, this is pretty long term.
Yeah,
3 years later.
I feel like we've made it long term.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, and then we have children.
This is my child, actually. I think
Oh,
that
no.
this relationship
Oh, no,
worked
childless
for a
cat
couple
lady.
reasons. We expected to get divorced after a week. The bar was on the floor. You know what I mean? Having no pressure to make it work
Childish cat lady.
helped make it work.
Yeah.
Childless cat lady.
So what do you think about our relationship now?
I love the two of you together.
Wait a minute. Why is he wearing a rainbow
I just
pin?
want to squeeze you
You
both.
see that? He's got a rainbow pin. 2 clouds and a rainbow.
We're just the cutest.
You're the cutest couple I ever saw.
Danielle is willing to take an adventurous lifestyle with me and be there to support me in doing crazy things.
It's really nice to have like a beam of light around me at all times.
It's definitely not easy all the time, and we're definitely not like super similar on a lot of things, but we do wake up and both choose to make it work. And
How are you
give
not
it our all,
super
so.
similar?
Danielle,
You are
I'm gonna-
equally annoying. Okay, I'm done with that. All right, folks. So yeah, Woody M in the chat. Oh, not that. It was where the heck was it? Oh, yeah. Thanks for talking to me, dude. I'll subscribe and hang out for more shows. Okay, so if you want to support the show, please click that thumbs up button. That's the first thing you could do. Second thing you could do, especially if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Just like Woody M just did. Hit that subscribe. Or if you're on Rumble, you can click the follow button. Hit the bell for notifications on YouTube. And down in the description of this video are all my social media links. You can follow me on any of those and find out when the next show is going to be on. I gave this whole rant at the beginning of the show, but of course my mic was muted. I don't know when my next show is going to be. I already can tell you I am not going to be able to do my usual live debate stream. Tuesday night. There's a slim possibility that may change, but as of right now, here's the thing. I'm once again on vacation from work. I'm doing a staycation. I'm doing a lot of housework. I'm doing a lot of home improvement. And quite frankly, I'm going to be mostly offline during a lot of that. So my next show, it will either be late Tuesday night. I might do a debate stream late Tuesday night. If I do that, I might not do the Wednesday show, but stay tuned. Follow me on social media. I'll let you know when the next stream's going to be by Tuesday afternoon. I'll try to let everyone know what the plans are Tuesday afternoon. So follow me on social media and look into that. Let's see. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, follow. Yeah, and follow each other. Go check out people like Cool Frog. Go check out other people that we've mentioned here. We got to be a team here on Rumble. We got to support each other. We got to bring all the ships up. We got to party, folks. So yeah, stay tuned to Miles Culture Plate. Same bat time, same bat channel, maybe. I will definitely be back next Saturday. Same bat time, same bat channel, 6 p.m. Central, right here, wherever you're watching me, whether it be Rumble, X, or YouTube. Until then, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Single says, hope you don't have to do any book boxing after the dust settles. No, not at all. No, I'm not doing anything to this office. I'm not doing anything to these bookshelves. I mean, granted, I might move one or two things around because I'm going to be, getting some new stock in. But yeah, I'm not taking. Nothing's getting removed. But anyway, so yeah, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Outlast those haters. Don't get any on you. And if you do, rub that shit in real good. I'll see you next time on Miles Culture Plate. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Good night. Oh, in stream.